Right guys, in this episode, part 2 of the work placement thing, Martyna is going to be cracking on with the skirting board, so make sure you watch along and see how well she gets on doing this. Enjoy the show. Have you ever fitted in skating before? No, never. So you're total newbie to it?
Yeah.
Okay, do you know anything about any cuts or anything like that, or how you should cut stuff in a room? Like, as in, when you walk into a room, how things should be cut for visual aspects?
Yeah, like 45-degree.
Yeah, okay, right, so...
That one would be cut that way, and then that one would be cut that way, and then that way.
Do you know anything about scribing?
I know the word.
Yeah, okay, cool, that's a start. Right, so... when we do external corners like this, if only I had a pencil.
You had 10 in there.
Yeah, I did. Here's one. So when we're doing external corners like this, we will do a certain cut, which is called a what?
Mitre?
Yeah!
I just need to remember that it's metre in an Australian accent.
Right, so we do a mitre cut, which is what?
When 2 45s meet.
Exactly that, yeah. So we're going to do a 45-degree cut like that, yeah? Mm-hmm. So it'll be a mitre cut into the corners.
Yes.
When we do these corners, internal corners, we have to do something totally different. Do you know what we do for that?
I think, don't you leave that one how it is?
Yeah.
And then that one cut so that it's like facing this way a little bit. And then you
use a coke and saw, cut it out.
Yeah.
So what that's called a scribe cut. Yeah, so you scribe around it, yeah, and then you cut that out, and then that will just slot over it.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
What we'll concentrate on first is just getting these mitres done. Yeah, so you got a better understanding of that, and then we can look at doing one of these scribe cuts after. Chuck that in the corner. Okay, so any ideas where you think we'll have to mark now for our mitre? We've got a nice tight fit in the corner.
That.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I just draw a line. Draw
a line at the back. That's it. And then what else you need to mark to remind you? That's the one.
Ooh. Yeah.
That's it. We want to make sure that this is what?
Yeah.
What do we need to make sure it is? Any idea?
Oh, that is 45 degrees.
It's not.
Well, that's annoying.
We'll just double check that. Make sure that's that. This is where you need to start doing bisecting of angles.
Maths.
Nah, not really maths. It's quite easy to be fair. Right, so that and that is the wall, yeah? But what we need to do is work out our mitre here.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I've done is, I've used the level there just to create a double line. So I've held that on the bottom of the skirting, yeah? And done that there, so that's created this line. And then I've done the same there with my bevel, yeah? So that was the angle of the wall, wasn't it, like that?
Yeah.
Yeah? So now what I need to do is join these two up. These 2 points here. So what do you think that line represents?
The middle.
That's
where you need to cut it.
That's where you need to cut. So what we can do now is use our bevel.
Oh, that's not that bad then.
No, you don't.
I thought it was going to be more.
There's no trigonometry involved or anything like that.
Oh, that's good because I failed.
You haven't got to get your calculator out.
I actually passed. Don't quote me.
So we know now that that is our cut that we need to cut.
Okay.
Yeah, on the chop saw. So where that line is that you just drawn, you need to get that angle on the back, and then that will give you that. Do you know how to set the angle on that?
Is it here?
Nope. Right, yeah, I'll show you.
No, I don't know then.
So we're going to drop this right over. And we know that is more than 45 degrees. So there is a bit of a trick on here to take it further. 45. There we go. Hopefully that will be enough. Right, so you can see now that the bevel is lined up with the blade.
Yeah.
Yeah? So we know now that when we cut that, that is going to give us the right angle we need. So what you need to do is get this lined up with it and make sure that your blade, because obviously we've established that the external angle is not 90 degrees, also what could be different is the bead could be at a bit of an angle. So when you put that up and you've marked at the back, the wall, if the wall's at an angle like that, that's going to mean that this cut needs to be at a different angle as well.
Yeah.
So if we didn't have much light in here, you'd probably be able to see the laser. Just about, that laser is going down that line. So we've just took it slightly off zero. It's like 1/4 of a degree or something. You can just run the blade down it there, and you can see that it's running in line all the way. So hopefully that'll be alright. So if I can just get squeeze in there, turn that on. So you just want to make sure that the inside of the blade is on the line. Yeah, because if you go to the outside, it's going to fill it further back. So hopefully that will be right. So we've got a bit of wiggle room in that corner, so that's fine. So I can just bring it to here. So I want to adjust it. You know how we move the bed around? We want to adjust that so it sits along this line now. Yeah? So we'll go back out there. Okay?
Okay.
Right, so we know that's going to work. We're happy with that.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we need to just mark that side. So I'll hold this in place here. You mark at the back.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Right, what else, other mark do you need to put on there just to be sure? That's the one, okay. Just double check that we're not miles out on this one. It's pretty good that way. Yeah, we're about the same as we were out on that one, so we'll just leave it at that, cut that at 45. That's where I want to be this side. Is about there. What do you reckon there? How are you looking?
I think it looks, well, it looks a little bit like over on here, but here
It's past the bead, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
So whatever that line was,
Yeah, that's
I
fine.
think it was good.
That's fine, we can go with that.
Yeah?
Yeah, cool. So we've got a rough cut here. Do you know how to do a scribe?
I think I've done it like 3 times.
Okay, right, so what we need to do, go back out here, with the white of the board, yeah, we basically need to cut down that now, yeah? And then once we've cut down that, this profile then will hook over that skirting. So there's multiple ways of doing this. One is using a jigsaw with a coping foot on it. So instead of like a flat jigsaw foot, it's like an angled thing, and you can literally, you might have seen people do it on videos and stuff. You do it underneath. I haven't got one of those, so we're not doing that. Other way is to do it all by hand. Other ways you can use like an angle grinder with a sanding paper disc on it and do that. But we're going to do this by hand because it's fun to do it that way. Cut along this white line all the way. So we're going to try and take a little bit of legwork out, and we're going to use the chop saw for a little bit. We're going to cut up to here. Yeah, and then we're going to lob some of this off as well, some of this bulk here. What we also need to consider is that we need to back cut it slightly. So, yeah, at an angle. Any idea why that might be?
Just in case it's not completely straight.
Exactly, yeah. So if the back sticks out that way any, it's going to stop this point here contacting with this one. So the idea is, yeah, we need to leave all of the white bit on. So you need to cut no further than this point here. All right, because if you cut into that, then you're going to see it when you finish your scribe. Nice and steady. Yeah. Try and lose some of this now as well. It's fine. Yeah, it just saves you cutting through that little extra bit, that's all. Okay. Right, let's go in here. So what we need to do then is basically take some bulk out of here, yeah, across there, and just follow this profile. Just go all the way through. You need to like keep your back cut along it as well, yeah, so that when we put our new piece up to it, when we put this other piece up to it, it fits in nicely. That's it. I personally cut from this way. Some people rather cut that way. It's totally up to your own preference. So you've got a couple of options. What you can try and do, you can try and scribe right in with your coping saw now, or you can leave like a tiny smidgen off it and then finish it with foils afterwards. Depends on how confident you are using the coping saw. So you're probably going to be better off just leaving a bit of excess on there and then can finish it with a foil afterwards. Yeah? If you just grab that pull saw, spin this round, you basically want to just cut this bit off now, get rid of that leg there, okay? Have you used a pull saw before? Yeah? Just keep your thumb out of the way because that's making me really nervous. And what you're doing is, with a pull saw, like a normal saw, you'll apply pressure when you're pushing forward, yeah? And then when you pull back with a normal saw, that cleans the dust out, ready for the push stroke, yeah? But this is a pull saw, so you want to be light when you go forward, you're being light, and when you pull back, that's when it's skewing this cutting. Yeah, see how the dust comes out when I'm cutting like that? Just gentle strokes like that into it. Get somewhere near, and then go back in, a bit of an angle like that. Okay, and then you can work your way around that profile, and then do the same over here then. Come into that. That's why I like doing it from the bottom up, because you can see better what you're doing. If you like that, it's a bit more awkward, in my opinion. You might prefer that, like a lot of people do that way. A lot of people do it that way, it's entirely up to you. Right, so basically what you need to do on the top there is square that off, totally. Because if you leave this bit on, what's going to happen is it's going to hook over this, but it will sit on top of it, so it will lift the whole skirt up. Yeah, so all of these other nice little bits that you've mitered out, that you scribed out, won't fit in. You need to totally cut that bit off, so it sits flat up against that, all right? If you're struggling that way, just do it the other way. It's all down to preference, really.
No, because I can see very well.
Yeah.
And it's precise.
So it might be worth, if it's really tight, come back out, pull it back out, and then go back in again and try and just widen the joint up a little bit. You don't have to go all the way out, but just a little bit, just to open up, because you're obviously doing a very fine cut with that. Just keep blowing the dust away, so then you can see a bit better then. Try going, turn your hand round, so your hand's that way.
That way?
Yeah.
Ah.
There you go, you got more control over it that way.
What are you taking off now when you're going to the chop saw? Are you taking literally like fractions off?
I'm taking like 1 mil.
No, like, because you'll be there all day doing that.
Okay.
But
how much do I take off?
Where's that test piece you had for the monitor? What? So did you put an angle on this one? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and that's 36 degrees.
Yeah.
So like wall to wall, that's what, like 827, 828. Where's your piece? That one.
Yeah.
Where's that corner piece? Is that this one? That's that one, isn't it?
I think it's just because this wall comes out. It goes like this.
Yeah, it's on the square.
Yeah. So what if you just like plop it in there, kind of?
No, because this nose in here, I know what you're saying, like it's tempting to do that, but like this nose in so fragile, like you spent so long getting this all like nice, yeah. Any slight amount of force on that, because you've removed so much material on the back, it could just break it out.
So what if you take that one out and then put that in through like the top?
Go on then, go on then, try it. You'll see why.
Okay. Well, it's still too long though.
Yeah, so you probably like the thickness of a skirting too long.
Okay.
Back on the chop saw. Like go as far that way as you can with it.
Are they different sizes?
Yeah, they're all different sizes, yeah. So you've got to try and find one that'll be good for that. So
That seems...
no, that wouldn't be a bad start. If you run that with your pencil all the way along it. So take that one out of the way.
Keep your 36 degrees or whatever it was over, and then move the bed round, so then you've got a compound mitre then, because you've got that and that twisted.
Yeah.
And then that should just go straight in.
If you probably got John's clamps on that, you'd probably pull that in. Yeah, it could probably go back a smidge, look, but like you don't... It's probably like that distance there, off the back there, that you could go in. If you wanted to get it right, because that's where... Thing is like, yeah, granted you probably spent a bit longer on it, but like, you know, if you was to rush and like, how long did it take you to do like your coping on there? That was like, what, an hour?
Maybe not an hour.
45 minutes? Half an hour?
Maybe.
Something like that, yeah? Like, just by taking a bit of extra care or whatever, like, you've saved yourself that time now, ain't you? Like, it's just, yeah, that's lovely, that is. Look at that.
Yay.
Well done, you.
Thanks.
Happy with yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be.
Thanks.
Right guys, that's it. Hopefully you agree. Martyna did a really cracking job on getting these skirtings fitted. If you've enjoyed this video, please give us a big thumbs up. And if you're not yet subscribed, which I know a lot of you aren't, hit subscribe and help us get to 100k. Thanks for watching guys. See you next time.